I've got to say, I'm really, really excited to talk to today's guest. Everybody within the wrestling community has spoke highly about this guy. Do you know what I mean? He's in ring, everything he's done in certain promotions, and he films for Ace Matthews. Sorry, I had to bring that up. Sorry about
That's fine.
that. Dear Vusyk, how are you, my friend?
I'm very good, man. Very good. You?
I am very, very well, mate. Thank you so much for obviously taking the time to talk to us. We've got loads of stuff to talk about, but first, intern, roll the intro. Is it fair to say you're kind of like a submission specialist in the ring?
Yeah, I would say so. I wouldn't say I showcase it as much as submission specialist type of thing. It's more in my back pocket, there for when I need it. That's how I'd say, really.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, obviously, I'll implement the question which somebody sent in because it's kind of a great thing to start on. This
hmm
comes from Tracy. It says, "You have a very distinctive look character with a shaved head and shorts and gum shield. How did you decide your look characteristic? Did you consider other styles?"
I considered what best suits me here,
Mhm.
not thinking about, oh, what's cool or what does that person wear on TV, that who looks the coolest here. It's more of what just suits me. The
Mhm.
shaved head, that is just a personal thing. That's not for wrestling or anything else. Like I've tried every single haircut, and this is just what I prefer. Um, I'm naturally, or originally from boxing or actual fighting backgrounds, so wearing the boxing shorts has just felt natural for me. The gum shield felt natural, and it's all me. That's where it all comes from.
Excellent, excellent. So Tracy, if you when you watch this back, hopefully that answers your question. So I'm going to start off obviously, do you know, with training. Now you've been trained by quite a few people, so we'll start off obviously with Nathan Cruz and Matt Myers. What's it like being
Mm,
trained by these two?
absolutely class. I originally trained with them at NGW in Hull when they did training there back in 2019. My first session was the 6th of March 2019 at the Eastmount Centre. Trained there for a year with both Myers and Nathan. First, I started off with Myers because they had like a split class, one
Hmm.
beginners with Myers and then advanced class with Nathan. So Myers would teach me all the basics, you know, simple holds, simple moves, and all that stuff. Then the more progress you make and the more time you put in outside of the ring, like here, studying whatever, then that transitioned me over into Nathan's class in the advanced class. That's where I then start to learn more about storytelling, detailed stuff, matches, and all that. And without them two, I wouldn't be where I am today.
Excellent, excellent. Obviously, another name you obviously trained by is Liam Slater. Now, I've not
hmm
really spoke to anybody who's obviously been trained by him. So, what's it like training by Liam?
Liam's the tech guy. Anything that I want to learn, just move wise, submissions, or just anything, he knows the small little detailed stuff about that. After coronavirus, when everything shut down, I got back into training in September 2021. That's when I started training at the Evo Academy with Nathan Cruz, and at the same time PPW with Liam. That's when I first met him. Liam's just class, down to earth. Also, one of Nathan's students back in the day as well, which is cool. So Liam's the guy who I go to when it comes down to like tech wrestling and all that stuff.
Awesome, awesome. And one more name which I didn't know he actually trains is Robbie X.
Yeah, Robbie X. He's a more recent one. Um, he took sessions on a Tuesday at the Evo Academy, and he's cardio mad. He does more drill based stuff, so more cardio intensity type of training, but still adding in those little details of wrestling movements, footwork, all that stuff, which was new to me at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So you have the best of both worlds. You have Nathan, the storyteller, Liam, the technician, and then Robbie, the pacer.
Mm-hmm. So when you combine all this, you get Vusyk.
Yeah, that's what you get.
There you go. So also we'll move on, obviously, to promotions. Now you mentioned NGW. A lot of people obviously speak highly about obviously NGW. So what's it like, obviously, working there?
Oh, it's class. NGW is more of a family-friendly type audience. So this
Mm-hmm.
is like your Nathan Cruz, your Matt Myers, your Sam Bailey's, Styx, Rampage Brown, all them lot. My first indie show that I watched was NGW back in like 2012 or 2011, which is cool. And then obviously eventually started training there. NGW's class. It's such a great audience, so much energy. It never gets old. The place is always packed out, either at the Eastmount Centre or Hull City Hall, which is a great experience when I last wrestled there in the Destiny Rumble. Wrestling these guys like Rampage Brown, Styx, Nathan, Myers, Sam Bailey, all in the same ring. It all came together as time passed by from 2012 to now.
Awesome, awesome. And obviously there's some promotions here which we've not spoke about on the show before. So PPW, now if I remember rightly, they've just had their first show. What was that like?
That was class, absolutely class. That was their debut show, or proper show. They have like the in-house shows, more like for training purposes, which are filmed for YouTube. And
Mm-hmm.
then this was their first show in front of a proper audience. I wrestled Joe Wade in an absolute class match, which you can go and check out on YouTube. If you check up PPW, I'd suggest you go and do that right now and watch the whole show because it was class. Every match was a banger, honestly. The one I had with Joe Wade, I'm so happy with that. So proud of that.
Yeah, and then another one is obviously Tidal. There's some obviously big names obviously who show up in Tidal. Ace Matthews, Spike Treviso. What's it like working at Tidal?
Tidal was the main place that really built my name up to now. I wrestled in for Tidal the first time in November last year, and then the new owner took over called Taj, and I've been in every single show this year for Tidal, and it has really pushed me to that next level. Big names like Sam Gradwell, man like Doris, Tate Mayfairs, who I recently faced off, really put me up to that next level and improved me as a result. And I'm grateful for what they have done for me.
Yeah, and then one final one is obviously True Grit, which I do believe there's another show coming up.
Yeah, I was just in their most recent show in York, I believe. I think it was me and Sash Money Cash versus Ace Matthews and Wing Commander Nash in a very unusual match for Vusyk, but it was fun. It was very fun. We got the win, so that's why I'm happy with it. If we lost that match, I would have been absolutely embarrassed and probably wouldn't be talking about it. I would have probably said, next question. You know what I mean? But True Grit's one of those where I'm like, I've only wrestled for him twice now. The last time I wrestled for him was in December up against Liam Slayer in True Grit Rules. That was absolute class. So I'm sort of building my way back into True Grit now, I'd say. But again, fun. It's a lot of the same people, the Sheffield lot, PPW.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all the same, really.
Absolutely. So is there a different like approach when obviously working for say PPW to like Tidal? Is it the same like process? Obviously the crowds are different, but is it the same backstage and stuff?
Oh yeah, everything's all the same. I'd say it's the same anywhere, really, unless you're up against someone who's you know being a bit of hard work to work with. But yeah, you never really get that. It's all the same.
Awesome, awesome. So you mentioned obviously Derice, Mayfairs. You've worked with obviously some big names. Is there any matches which stick out for you, which you can say you're proud of?
Oh, both matches I had with so a singles match I had with Sam Gradwell, and then another, and then the one with Man Like Derice, and that one was interesting because I wasn't originally supposed to go up against Derice.
Mm.
In that show, there was a men's rumble. I was originally planned to go in that. Derice was supposed to go up against Truman Roswell. But he got injured. He had like a broken jaw. So
Oh,
I took his place. Yeah, I know. I took his place and had a match with Doris, and I was so happy with that match. God, yeah, those two matches in particular really stood out to me.
Awesome. So we've got a little question from somebody in the comments. It says, "What's your go-to music to prepare for a match? Do you have like something that you listen to?"
No, I don't. I know that people sometimes they'll put on a headset and sort of listen to music to get them psyched up. That's not really my thing. I don't like listening to music before I go out to wrestle. I like listening to music in general, like when I'm at the gym or whatever. For example, I have a playlist of Czech music, actual Czech music that I listen to, which is unique. And the reason why I listen to it is because I know no one else is listening to it, so it's cool to me. And then I have another playlist, which is my nostalgia playlist. So like music I've heard from video games, films, or anything from my childhood, I'll put in this playlist. There's like 1,000 songs, and it just gives me that good feeling every single time a new song comes on. But before I wrestle, I don't really listen to music. I just sort of stay focused.
What's on this playlist? Is there any music we might actually know in the UK?
Well, which playlist? The Czech one or the or the nostalgia one?
The nostalgia one.
Um, oh god, it's hard to point out. Most of the music is from like the FIFA games.
Hmm.
Um, you got music from TV series like Netflix or anime, stuff like that. It's hard, it's hard to think of now on the spot because there's so much and it's like I can't pick them out. But yeah, there's just you would know if you heard them. That's all I'll say.
Okay. So I ask a lot of wrestlers this, and obviously I want to get your thoughts on it. The British wrestling scene as a whole is in a really good place right now. Would you agree with that? Is that a fair comment?
Oh god, yeah, definitely, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm having a blast, and you know, I think there's more attention to the British wrestling scene now than there was a couple of years ago. I think that's heavily due to like the internet and stuff like that, I guess. I definitely didn't know anything about the British wrestling scene, just a few years ago. I was just sort of learning about it back in 2019, or even like recently when I started actually having matches. When I made my debut in January 2022, the only companies I really knew about at the time was NGW and BWR, and I was just learning about all these other companies like Tidal and them lot. Now that I'm involved in it all, I can definitely see that it's in a very, very good place as of right now.
Of course, of course. I've got a little sidebar here, and I didn't write this down. And I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit. A
Mm.
lot of people may not know this, but you do obviously do a lot of recording for Ace Matthews' little shoot videos. Talk about having a blast with all this.
God. I don't have a choice, right? Because most of the time it's just me and Ace Matthews in the car. If there was anyone else, they would probably be doing the filming. But because I'm the only one there, I guess I kind of got to do it. But still, it's absolutely fun. It's so cool. Ace Matthews, we can all have mixed opinions on him or whatever. But what I like about him is that he constantly puts out content on his social media. And that's exactly what you need to be doing as a professional wrestler. Content. And if he needs all the help he can get, then I'd be happy to help him out, do his filming, whatever, as long as it's got nothing to do with me, I'll be happy to film.
Yeah, the reason I obviously say that is obviously you did the progress one, which obviously I was there, and it was really, really entertaining. I'm like, you never really know because he's such a unique character, Ace Matthews. You know what I mean? Some people love him, some people hate him, but for me, obviously, he's been on this show. He's a great guy. I mean, do people underestimate him?
I think people are understanding his ability now, especially in Tidal, because like you said, some people love him, some people hate him. So he does get mixed reactions depending on where he goes, and that's, in my opinion, that's the best reaction you can get if you get the best of both worlds. If you're if you're in the middle, so like with me, I'm not really heel babyface. I'm more like, if you like me, you like me. If you don't like me, you don't like me. If you respect me, you respect me. It's one of those things what I like to be in that dead center. And I think Ace Matthews, majority of the time, definite everyone dislikes him. But there are places where they do respect what he's doing and they understand that he's been grafting like hell.
Yeah, it absolutely is. So I never really asked wrestlers this, and I want to ask you about this. Have we suffered
Hmm?
any injuries, obviously, while you've obviously been a wrestler?
Never. I'm the one. I've never had an injury. Touch wood. You know, and I don't think I'll ever be injured because I'm Czech, so that's impossible. You know.
That's a good answer, by the
Hmm.
way.
No, I
Oh
can't.
dear.
I've never been injured from anything. I've never had a serious. I've had like aches and pains or whatever where I'm like, yeah, I'll take the day off because I don't want to injure myself to just for the sake of training today. So, but no serious injuries ever from wrestling.
Awesome, awesome. So we've got another comment for you. It says, "Do you have a dream company you'd like to wrestle in?"
Dream company. Dream company for me would be New Japan Pro Wrestling straight away. That would be if we was to go to this. My long term goal would be New Japan. I'm not dead set or like emotionally attached to it
Mm-hmm.
because you should never be. You should never be emotionally attached to an idea in your mind. But you should just have a little target to go for now.
Mm-hmm.
Aim to get that. If it don't, have your big goal obviously there in the back of your mind. But if that never happens, it's not a big deal, really. It's not going to ruin your life if you don't get to this specific target because your journey or road might turn off somewhere else and it might go into a different direction. So, like, if it's not New Japan, it'll be somewhere else, or if it's not that, something else. So, I'm not fixated on that idea. Be great if it does happen, but no worries if it doesn't.
Is there any other people in New Japan you'd like to obviously wrestle? Obviously, we're thinking a little bit long term again.
Um, a lot. To be fair, most of them because New Japan Pro Wrestling is the main one. The only company really I watch just to study from. So like Zack Sabre Jr., obviously, Will Ospreay, Kenny Omega, if so, Shingo Takagi, Tomohiro Ishii, uh, Takagi, Ishimori, Takahashi. There's a lot of names. I could list them all off. That's the one company where I almost like every single wrestler in the company, and I learn from all of them. So to
Yeah.
wrestle any of them would be great.
So we've got another little question. You've kind of touched on it a little bit. It says, "How was meeting and wrestling Sam Gradwell?"
Class. He's a great dude. He's absolutely class. Honestly, tough in the ring. God, absolutely tough. But just a great, genuine, down to earth dude. Honestly, and that's the best type of people you can meet backstage. Last thing you want to do is meet, let's say there's a big name coming into town. And you're about to wrestle them. You can't wait to wrestle them. Then you go and meet them, and they turn out to be pretty down and sort of depressed. Not depressed, but like sort of like they feel like they're above everyone. But that's not all Sam Gradwell. He is just like any of us. He's like a brother, and those are the best people that you can meet in wrestling.
Yeah, absolutely. So I want to ask, obviously, how you got into wrestling, and I'm talking more from obviously a fan's point of view at the moment.
A fan's point of view, I'd
Yep.
say it was mainly my brothers. Back in 2009, I watched my first episode of Raw. I remember it specifically. It was Randy Orton versus Triple H in a last man standing match for the WWE Championship. I remember it because there was a red ladder, and that memory just sticks in my head. It's like one of those random things you just remember. And yeah, my brothers were watching it, and obviously me at the time, so I was 8 years old, 9 years old. Just watched it along with them, and obviously from there, just kept up with it every single week, and I didn't stop watching it. So I just keep sort of keeping up with it like I do, like watching football or whatever. I wouldn't say I was a mega fan type of thing, but I was definitely a fan from just the moment I watched it. I can't say I was like, oh my god, like this is amazing. It was just I watched it and I stuck with it for throughout all this time.
What team do you support?
Are we talking soccer or are we talking American football or both?
Let's call it football in the UK.
Yeah, I support Derby because my cousin Sonny Bradley plays for him. That's why. He's a professional football player. Wherever he goes, that's the team that I follow. So, like, one season ago, I was supporting Luton Town, and obviously he got transferred to Derby, so now I support Derby.
Do you know what I mean? I don't hate Derby because I obviously when they got relegated from the Championship, I was really good because you could. I watched them obviously week in and week out because I follow football myself, and
Mm,
I was really good that they got relegated because you could tell that the team was fighting, to stay up.
mm. I wasn't watching him at the time, so I wouldn't know. Now I do, because Sonny's part of their team. What's it called? Luton, well, Luton won the playoffs and got promoted to the Premier League, and then Sonny's contract ran out, and then he moved to Derby. So yeah,
There you go. So we've now found out that Vusyk is now a Derby fan. I'm a Barnsley fan, by the way. I'm just going to say that.
nice. There you go.
So I'll implement this. Obviously, other question from Mark, and it says, "Will we see you in a title match for the Evo or BWR Championship belt soon?"
I hope so. Not my decision, but I'll always put in the work to have the best quality matches to get the results that I need in order to move myself into championship pictures. And if that's soon, class. If it's later, fine.
There you go. Also, Mark, hopefully that answers your question. This is an interesting one because I'm curious to know this myself. What do people not know about Vusyk?
What do they not know about me? I get that's a good question. Vegetarian? Is that good enough?
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, we've
Uh,
got plenty of time.
yeah. Yeah, that's a random one. Yeah, I'm vegetarian. What do they don't know about me? People that don't know about me. I guess the thing that you don't know about me, or like fans or whatever, not people that know me in person, like the wrestlers. When I train at the gym, I train for 4 to 5 hours every day. If that's something, I don't know. Is that good enough? I don't know. This is a weird question. What do they don't know about me? Normally, like I know that some people have like cool little stories, but I don't have cool stories to be fair. And my story's pretty simple and straightforward. So I feel bad that I don't have anything exciting to talk about. But yeah, really, those few little details, I guess.
No, I mean the vegetarian one was good enough. I just threw it in there just to see, exactly how you react. So I put it on the spot. So it's
Yeah,
brilliant.
it's all good.
This is brilliant. This is really. I'm having some fun here. So you've
Same.
kind of touched on obviously your goals a little bit. Is there any other things you'd like to achieve?
I'd say short term wise, my short term goals would be to wrestle for major companies in this country, say like your Rev Pro, Progress, ICW, those type of companies. I wrestled in North once. That was in a that was a last minute replacement thing. Um, I was put in a tag match with Miles Kamen up against Joe Wade and Joe Kessler. That was class. So again, I'd love to wrestle for North again. Short term goals, major companies in this country. That's really it.
Yeah, I'd love to see you obviously in Red Pro because obviously that's they're up there. Progress. I can just imagine you against Spike for some reason. Sorry, I'm just on the spot.
Yeah, Spike Trevor, yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
cool. He wrestles in Tidal a lot, especially now. He's fighting Scotty Rock for the Tidal Championship, I believe, in the next show. So it's definitely a possibility. Always, I always say anyone in wrestling is a possibility to fight. It's just the right time and the right place.
yeah, and I mean a lot of people every single time. I mean, Spike's character's down to a T. To be honest, I mean, just to make conversation. But is there any other names, obviously in the UK, you'd like to work with? Obviously, you've worked with some big names at the moment already.
Um, Names I'd like to wrestle Dean Allmark. That's definitely one. Um, Leon Slater's another one I'd like to wrestle. Just because me and it, even he wrestles at PPW or trains at PPW, but me and him have never actually trained together or wrestled in any way, shape, or form, which is odd. I was telling Nathan about this, and he got so excited about it because he's like, "Oh, this is going to be class." Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's an interesting one. Where if we do come together, I believe that's going to be something to watch. Other names, I can't really think of on the spot of anyone in particular because again, I don't like playing favorites. Because whoever I'm up against, I'll always aim to have the best match I can with them, to have the best fight. So anyone and everyone, I guess.
Fair enough. So obviously, do you still obviously watch WWE and AEW and stuff like that?
Not really, to be fair. I don't watch a whole lot of wrestling. I'll watch it now and again just to like jog my mind on stuff or what to do. But I can't say I watch. I can't say I watch it a whole lot. To be fair, um, I don't have like WWE Network or that type of stuff. I don't really watch AW or American wrestling. Like I say, I watch New Japan mainly. But again, that's like maybe once a week, something like that. But yeah,
What can I say? You're a busy, busy guy, right?
yeah, yeah, it's about right.
There you go. So, I've got one last little thing here. It says stories to share. You've already mentioned some. Have you got any stories which stick out for you? It could be something you've witnessed as a fan or even wrestled.
Yeah, damn it. What stories have I got? Cool. Actually, I'll say this story about. This is a little fun moment in my most recent match that I had with Ace Matthews and Wing Commander Nash. Obviously, um, this is my first, let's say, comedy match or whatever. Putting Vusyk in a completely different environment to what he's usually in. Me and Sash make our entrance. Ace Matthews, Nash make their entrance. It was someone's birthday. Nash obviously sings "Happy Birthday," if you can imagine that. And then Telf wears this like stupid Titanic hat, whatever it's called. It's sailor's hat, something. Bell rings. Everyone, Nash is in, getting in the zone, doing this. I can't remember what it was, doing the Jaws theme. And then Ace Matthews does something in the background, and everyone just goes wild, like And I'm thinking like, what did he just do? Like, and even Nash is thinking, what did I just miss? What did I just miss? So he had that hat, and the guy who was I can't remember his name. I feel so bad now. I'm bad with names. The guy who was doing the announcing was stood like quite far out behind the fence, behind the barriers. He took the hat, he threw it, and landed perfectly on his head, and everyone was going mental. And like I was kind of gutted because I was like, I still wanted to see that, but at the same time, I can't break character. I'm like, God damn it! And even Nash was good as well because he was about to do something funny, and I knew he was about to do something funny. And I made a bet with him on the day. If he makes me laugh, I'll actually pay him 50 quid. Like that was real. And luckily didn't break me, so I didn't have to pay him 50 quid. But yeah, can't believe that lucky bastard getting that. But yeah, that's a most recent story that I have, I guess.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Is that challenging? Obviously, when you see that type of stuff, because your character's so, let's say, serious in a way, and I bet it's really, really hard to break character or try not to, should I say?
To be fair, like backstage when we're having a laugh, I laugh so easy. But then when I'm in the ring and I'm doing my thing, all of a sudden I don't have those butterflies that make me laugh or any nerves at all. That just disappears. Like anything that Nash was doing in the ring, I didn't find funny. Not because I didn't find it funny, it was just because I was being serious and I believed what I was doing.
I'm still laughing. I mean, that's just a perfect shot thing. I've got to be honest.
Yeah, no. And it was Ace Matthews of all people as well. But yeah, Ace Matthews being a good guy, babyface as well. That's another thing that shocks me. Just him not being a bad guy, not him being him on the microphone, doing his thing. Him being a babyface, an actual good guy, Ace Matthews. Like, I can't believe that.
Dear. So, what matches obviously we got coming up for the rest of the year? Obviously, this is where you can plug them.
Oh. But the next show that I know of is November the 25th, the Evo show, and on the night the BWR show. Nothing's been announced yet, so and to be fair, I don't know what's happening, so I can't say I know what's happening there. And then there's December the 16th, NGW, the Connexing Live Arena. Yes, Arena.
I'll be there.
God, yeah. Yeah, God, yeah. I can't wait for that. Again, I don't know what I'm doing, but I know I'm going to be doing something definitely with New Gen. That's Miles Kamen and R&R, Reese and Rogan. I honestly can't wait for that. Anything else beforehand? Nothing's been planned yet. If it does, it'll come up. If not, it doesn't. But those are the 2 dates that I know of up to now.
Awesome, awesome. So before we obviously do our outro, where can people obviously find you? And you can do some shout outs if you want.
God, yeah. On my Instagram, Twitter, or X, whatever, Facebook, it's Vusyk_CZ, all the same. Merchandise you can get at any match table of shows that I am on, like Tidal, True Grit, NGW, BWR, all them lot. You'll find it there. If you write down Vusyk on YouTube, you'll find most of my matches. If you haven't seen me, you can go and watch and see what you think. If you like me, you like me. If you don't, you don't. That's absolutely fine. I still respect you anyways for searching my name.
There you go. Any shout outs? Anybody you want to call out or shout out to anybody?
I'm calling out Ace Matthews, right? That Evo title, if it is you and me for the next Evo show or BWR show or whenever that is, I am going to satisfy every single person that despises you, that dislikes you. I'm going to satisfy them by taking away the Evo title, the last championship that you have. The fact that you held the title championship and called yourself the title chief for over a year was an absolute embarrassment. The fact that you got that taken away from you by Scotty Rourke was so satisfying backstage. I want to add to that satisfaction by taking away the Evo title. So when that happens, whenever that happens, it'll be me. I'm going to do that.
Wow, I'm kind of scared.
Yeah, that's me.
Dear. Vusyk, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to us. So don't forget, the Magic of Wrestling is back this Saturday as we're doing a nice little live Q&A. Any final words before we go to the outro?
Final words is thank you, fans. Thank you, everyone that's helped me out. Coaches, family, friends. Thank you, Liam, as well, for having me on. I will do everything within my power to improve as much as I possibly can to win whatever I can, that being championships or simple matches. I will do everything within my power to make a name out of myself and impress you, the fans.
And on that note, thank you for watching.